funky hair growth, strange shave angles, and a supplement to the Straight Razor Learning Series, and a challenge today on Barber Dave Shaves Us. Hey everybody, welcome to Monday. Hope everybody's doing well. As stated in the opening, this is going to be a Straight Razor Learning Series supplement. This was one of our good friends on the channel, Scott, Piping Tenor, over on the Shaving Cadre. Hey, and we're talking about the Shaving Cadre. Come and see us, www.theshavingcadre.com. We feel we're the best shaving and gentlemanly men's pursuits forum on the interwebs. Please come and see us. Free to join, self-moderated, no crazy people. Well, except for maybe Nurse Dave, but we won't go there. Oh, and speaking of Nurse Dave, come and see us, Drinks and Dave's, every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific. However, we've been on somewhat of a hiatus because of my dental fun, and we won't be back again until April 7th, sadly, but keep joining us. Anyways, this Scott had made a comment over on the forum about funky hair growth and how to attack it with a straight razor. So we're going to go over that. I've covered a little bit in the Straight Razor Learning Series that I have. And if you haven't gone through that series yet, it's a 6-part series. Check it out. If you're a brand new straight razor shaver or even a seasoned one, there's some tips in there that'll help you. Anyways, for the purpose of today's video, we're going to go north to south, east to west. And I'm only saying east to west this way is because that's east for me. And that's what he was talking about. He was talking about how he has hair growth that goes from east to west, and I believe west to east, and how to attack that, especially underneath the chin line with a straight razor. So we're going to go show some tips and tricks on how to attack that. The one thing I will say, and I've said this to everybody, make sure you map your beard. So go a couple of days, 2-3 days, however your hair growth is, and map your beard. Mark down which way your hair growth is, because traditionally, in any type of razor shaving, people always say with the grain, across the grain, against the grain. Well, that's, in a perfect world, that would be the way it is. But unfortunately, not everybody's with the grain is the same as everybody's against the grain. Now, with me, my with the grain is down, like normal. My against the grain, however, is south to north, and my against the grain is from west to east or east to west. So it all depends. So you'll have to figure out which one is going to work better for you. But what these tips are going to show you is how to get some of the stuff that you just can't get to. And hopefully that'll work for you. And then, of course, at the end, there's going to be, we're going to update you on where we're at in the 2,000 subscriber giveaway. And also halfway through the shave, I'm going to propose a challenge to those straight razor shavers, because this technique does require, I mean, I guess you could do it one-handed, your dominant hand, but it works much better if you do it ambidextrously, as they say. So that's going to be my challenge to you. So let's get everything lined out here. Now, also, my with the grain, because I have a reasonably light beard, but I shave cross-handed. And what I mean by that is I shave the right side of my face with my left hand, I shave the left side of my face with my right hand, and then I switch in between. However, I also do a scything action on my hair, or on my whiskers. So I'm actually going across, but I'm also sliding the blade this way. I only recommend doing that is if you feel absolutely 100%, 300% confident in your skill, because if you stall the blade while you're doing a scything action, it's going to be a bad day. So Scott, this video is for you, and hopefully it gives you and other people kind of an idea of what I would suggest. So this is more of a traditional with the grain. That's just I just follow up with that. Now, I also go across my chin this way. And then I scythe outwardly for my width. And that's because the hair on my neck grows differently. So if you've got hair that grows east to west, I would suggest taking the blade, coming across, and then actually coming at an angle down this way. Now, again, if you're a one-handed shaver, right-handed wise, you're going to be fine. If you're left-handed, this is going to be a bitch because you have to do this. So here's part of the challenge. I would like to challenge everybody to try, and this is just my opinion because I feel it's better, and my mentor, a gentleman by the name of Shemensh, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. He was my tutor as far as learning how to straight razor shave. And I just am dropping and breaking stuff, but that's beside the point. So I still incorporate some of the traditional, just to do some touch-up. So again, if your hair is going from west to east, if you come at it at an angle, you will automatically scythe across it a little bit, so that'll help. But the big thing's at the end of the shave. But if you notice, when I'm shaving, the angles that I shave at, because like on my chin, I come straight down because on my chin, my hair grows in its normal pattern. For a with the grain pass, except right under here. It grows in all kinds of funky areas. Now on my lip, it does grow more traditional. Now my left hand is my dominant hand. However, with practice, I have I shave both hands. And I find it easier because there's no blind spots. Because if you're staring into a mirror and you're like this, you've got a little bit of a blind spot. Not that that's a huge deal, but, And then what I do when I rinse, I'm also checking where I may have missed and stuff like that. Okay, so the second pass, and like I said, we really haven't gotten to Scott's question yet. We're going to do that in a little bit. But in a way it is, because I showed you going from neutral to east, neutral to west on the jawline and on the neck. So if your mapped hair grows from east to west and west to east, you can usually hit it with an angle. Now, for me, this is actually my against the grain pass, as weird as that sounds. No, I'm sorry, my across the grain pass. And in a lot of ways, it is normal in a lot of ways where I'm going east to west and west to east across my face, except again in the neck area. And traditionally, that's where hair is going to be a little weird. Now, what I do when I'm coming across my jawline is, again, I'm locking the razor in, I'm tucking my shoulder in, and I'm angling with my wrist the blade. Blowing yourself up. And coming across. Now, I will say that the worst injuries that I've ever had straight razor shaving are doing that, because if your angle is off for a bit, the toe of the blade or the mid of the blade is going to dig into your jawline and you will get a cut. And use your muscles. Like if you notice when I'm coming across the bottom part of my lip, I'm using my tongue to blow out the area, but I'm also using my muscles to move that skin across the blade rather than moving the blade across the skin. The less the blade moves, as far as that type of stuff, the less problems you're going to have. Now, so when I'm shaving across the grain, my hair grows funky. So what I do is I angle the blade towards the east on this first part. And it gives me that scything action coming up. And it should be noted that I did not shave yesterday, so I had, last time I shaved was 5:30 in the morning on Saturday. So I had about 2.5 days. Well, almost 3 days of growth. And then again, from my west to east, I angle the blade down and come up and stretch that to try to make as flat a possible surface as possible. And then still locking the blade in. And you can actually feel the pressure. I mean, I'm holding it very tightly and then come across my lip. Okay. And you know, how many passes you want to do is up to you. I do 3 because I want to get that dolphin smooth feel. So I can already tell right here, and this is, I think, what Scott was talking about in this area, and we'll go over that when we do our cleanup. So I do things kind of a little bit different. My against the grain pass is my second pass, and my across the grain pass is my third pass. And I always make sure that my final pass, my face is extremely wet and slick because you're going after the final, you know, the final stuff. And when using a soap, which I'll go over in a minute, that's perfect for it. I definitely recommend it. I am doing a cold water shave today, which I'll probably be doing from now on because we don't have a spring here. We went straight to ugly. We're supposed to be 92 today and 96. So I'm back to cold water shaves. Okay, so my across the grain, again, my hair grows all kinds of funky areas in this one, but I'm angling the blade, stretching my skin, and I'm doing a scything action. And again, if you're going to do a scything action, make absolutely sure that blade is moving and that you're comfortable, because if you stall, it's blood. Now on this part of my cross the grain, it's more traditional. I'm just stretching my skin and going straight up. So the bottom line is there's no correct, absolute 100% way to do it. The mapping of the beard is the most important part. And before we get to the meat and potatoes of the video, and again, if you notice when I'm doing my fool's pass, I held the blade and I'm locked in, and I move my head on the blade while I'm moving it, so that prevents some crazy crap from happening. I find if you hold the blade in one spot, especially when doing your fool's pass, that you get a lot more control. Okay, let's talk about cleanup, but before that, here's the challenge. And I know many of you will not do it, and that's fine, but here's the challenge. Try learning how to shave with both hands. Try shaving with your left hand going across the right, your right hand going across the left, and then switch hands. I think what you'll find is once you become an ambidextrous shaver, you're going to enjoy your shaves more. And now, granted, for me, that's how I learn. So I don't know anything else because I'm primarily a left-handed person. I can shave the other way, but it's very uncomfortable to me. Now, some of you have gotten used to using just one hand, and hey, good for you. But try it, just a challenge, and then put it in the comments, even if it's just one pass, to see what happens. Okay, let's talk about cleanup. Now, I can tell you from north to south, from east to west, west to east, I am completely DSBBS on this part of my face. However, as I come across here, I start running into issues because of the funky shave angles and the way the hair grows. So there's a couple things you can do. If you've got hair that goes west to east, east to west, you can try shaving like this, stretching the skin out and doing this. To me, I don't like that because the blade is straight, you've got curves there, you're gonna stall, and you can get the other upper part of your chin and your neck, but then how do you go down here? It doesn't work. So I don't recommend that. Same thing on this side. It's too hard to see, to have the situation awareness with the blade. Now, if you do this and it works, let me know because I've tried it and it scares the heck out of me. Okay, so the other option is that you come at it with more of a straighter blade and come across it this way. Or come across it this way. You can do that, but sometimes you may still get a little bit of stubble. The way that I have found that is that works the best for me is doing a windshield wiper action from the bottom. And I'll show you that right now. Now I catch it in 3 steps. So even though you may be doing a 3-pass shave, and if you do have issues with your whiskers going, east to west or west to east, then save that for your cleanup pass. Make sure that your blade is very wet. And then what I do is I do it in 3 steps. And you guys have seen this before. I stretch and I come at an angle. Now that's not going to get it all, but I reuse the lather. And then I do the windshield wiper where I'm coming from the side. And I do some buffing. Again, if you're going to do buffing, make sure that you're extremely confident in your technique and that you keep that blade moving. And then finally, I know I still have a little bit there, but that's where the flat blading comes in. So I'll just take it and I'll actually come down and flat blade. I'll put the lather back on and then I'll roll through the blade flat blading. And it's gone. Oh, there's a little bit. And it's gone. I'm completely DSBBS there. So we'll do it again on this side. Again, I come at an angle. And I suggest, instead of trying to stretch your skin, do it with your facial muscles. And bend your neck back. Okay, then I'll take the lather again, spread it out, and I will do my windshield wiper check it. Again, relather, and then I'll do my flat blading. And again, those last two techniques are fairly advanced, so just make sure you're comfortable. Try it once, then try it again. It's all about practice. So now I can say I am literally dolphin skin smooth everywhere. And that should, for those of you that have that issue with west to, or east to west and west to east, that should alleviate that problem, because I've got the same issue. But again, yeah, literally no Allen sting at all. Just take it slow, take it easy. Reach out to me if you have any questions, because I'm here to help, because I would love to see people enjoying their straight razor shaves. And just be prepared that, you know, while you're learning a new technique, especially if you are going to try to shave ambidextrously, which, like I said, I am wholehearted. I think everybody should, but that's me. Be prepared for getting cut. It's going to happen. But once you get to the point where you feel comfortable, and I get, well, as you guys know, I cut myself more with a DE than I do a straight. And it'll take a while to learn the technique, but like I said, I just think it's much easier to shave ambidextrously. But again, that's the way I learned. So there's your challenge. Try to shave with both hands. You know, left hand shaves right, right hand shaves left, and then whatever combination. And then also map your beard. I cannot stress that enough. Map your beard, and that's going to give you your roadmap for your straight razor shaves, because everybody's shave is unique. I just find it better with two hands. Okay, so let's talk before. I hope, Scott, that kind of answers that, and anybody else that had that question. For our witch hazel today, we are going to be using Thayer's Lemon. And it should be noted that those of you that are not straight razor shavers, you can apply this same technique with a DE. And same thing. I shave less ambidextrously with my DEs than I do with my straight razors, just because of the way the configuration and the ergonomics of the blade are, but I still do. For our aftershave, we're still in test mode, and I'm actually using, again, the Gillette gel. You know, it's probably laden with all kinds of embalming fluid and chemicals, but it's got a nice fresh smell to it. And as I said, this is somewhere between the Omega Aqua, which is hard to get, and the Nivea 2-in-1. Because Nivea 2-in-1 is also hard to get in the United States. They've got the 2-in-1 balm, which is good. I use that in the shop as well. But this gel is really nice. It gives a nice, fresh feeling. Just really, really good. The soap we use today, again, being straight razor shaving, I think this is the best soap for straight razor shaving, and that's Mitchell's Wool Fat. Now, this is the original. I have not tried the tallow, but everybody that I've talked to says that the newer version is just as good. The brush today, that's right, the Sorrentino Corleone. This is just a gorgeous brush, different colors. Eric does a fantastic job. We've been trying to talk him into starting to get brushes again. Sorry, I didn't have my talc ready. We're going to be using good old Clubman, the barber's friend. And I apologize, this video is a little bit longer than normal, but I wanted to make sure that I covered those bases for Scott. And if you have any questions on this video, please put it in the comments, because I may have missed something. Or if you have suggestions for me, I don't claim to be the best straight razor shaver in the world. And if you've got a technique for down in the skin area, I would love to hear it. And I probably will do a video on it if I do. Okay. Let me finish this up, and we'll go into how many subscribers we're sitting at. We're getting close. Oh, and also the fragrance I'm using today is a very unique one. It's kind of a lemony creamy. I call it lemon cream pie, but it's basically Cedrat from La Ocitane. Just a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful fragrance for the summer, which technically we're here. So I'll be doing probably cold water shaves from here on out, sadly. Because I think they come out better, but a warm water shave is fantastic. Okay, where are we at? Well, thanks to you guys, we're sitting at about 1,750 subscribers. Now, a lot of people said you should have so much more. It's a niche thing. Not everybody's into this. However, so that means 250, and we give away the watch and some other stuff. I do have news that we may have Doc Holliday ready by the time we do the contest, so that will be part of it, a soap and an aftershave, if it's ready. Kind of iffy on that, because Chris is very, very busy. But definitely the watch. And so let's get there. Please like, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so when you know new videos come out. And then please comment as much as you like. I try to get back to everybody. But as I always say, be respectful. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this kind of straight razor learning series supplement today. Scott, I hope that answers the question for you. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do a video tomorrow. Things have been a little bit busy, but I will try. Anyhow, I'm Barber Dave. This has been Barber Dave Shaves and Such. I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful Monday. And if I don't see you tomorrow, a wonderful remainder of the week. Take care, everybody.